Yeah.
Come on,
I can see that.
They come in here mad when we're sitting up here.
Okay.
No.
Like this.
That's the code.
Okay.
Okay.
It works for a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Call a meeting to order. In accordance with the governor's executive order relating to COVID-19, we have arranged a live stream of tonight's meeting at https://Cedar Lake in-org/view-town-meetings/. You must join the meeting through a link, participating during the public comment. If you have a question or comment about the item on the agenda, please email at Michelle with 2 L's .Baker 2 K's @cedarlakein.org by 4 p.m. Ms. Baker will ensure that all submissions are shared and submissions entered into the minutes of the meeting. Please keep your comments civil, constructive to the public policy issues. We stand for the pledge of flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Chuck Cowder,
Here.
Richard Sharp,
Here.
Colleen Sheben. Here. David Austin,
Present.
Ryan Deutmeyer.
Here.
Tim Kubiak,
Here.
Michelle Baker. Here. Todd Wilkening. And myself.
Motion to approve the minutes of July 15th, 2020 public meeting.
Same thought.
So moved.
Or similar.
Okay, number one on old business on the agenda, 6425 West 141st Avenue, Pamela R. Ward. Do we have any correspondence at all from that?
On the 13th, I spoke to her and explained that we needed an update. She said that they had cleaned it up and boarded up some of the stuff, and that I said how imperative it was that she give me a report or attend the meeting.
According to the pictures here, boarding that place up would have to have been done by,
I believe that when they were here last time, that their intentions were to
hopefully tear it down.
It's kind of a mess. isn't it?
that's what I thought also, but I cannot say that for
I would like
Can you
them to
hear me
attend the
now?
meeting with pictures of what they've done for the next meeting. That's just my opinion.
I second.
Can
that.
you hear me,
I agree with that.
Michelle?
Do you need a motion or anything? Just, I make a motion that they show up with pictures.
I'll send another letter.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Just so the board's aware.
Can you hear me?
On this one, as you might recall, we had a little bit of confusion last year. Ms. Ward is, or was at least at the time, in a bankruptcy proceeding. So there might be a little bit of red tape that we gotta cut through if we're gonna proceed with tearing it down.
If they're gonna at least board it up to fit the unsafe part of it,
No problem. I'm just saying if we're gonna go ahead and tear it down, that's something we may have to go to bankruptcy court and seek permission to do.
okay.
Can anybody hear me yet?
Where I looked back in the minutes, and the last time they were here was in February.
February was the last time. Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Item number 2, 7223 126th Avenue, Maureen Wellworth and Patricia Brooks.
We posted, Ryan sent us an updated order to demo as of the September 15th meeting that was posted today. And all of the letters were sent certified and regular mail. It was weird, the post office would not accept the real address that is on the notice to demo, and wouldn't accept the certified mailings and sent it back and said this isn't a valid address. So I just wanted to make sure that that was noted.
And it was the same address as 7223?
Yes. I believe that there may be some confusion just because it's up there. It's if it's Crown Point or Cedar Lake for the mailing, but, I mean, according to our records, it's Cedar Lake.
Yeah, this one, at least in the file that was sent previously, had a Crown Point address on
It probably does if it's on the,
it. This one had Cedar Lake. Like that. Looks like we sent both.
What's the street address again?
7223.
it's 126. There's a line there where Crown
Yeah,
Point,
there's-
Right.
even on Klein Avenue, we have Crown Point.
Mhm.
So if,
Is that north of Solutions?
No,
It's
east
south
and
of Salesian East.
Just south and east.
That was all Crown Point mailing.
I think it is too.
Ryan, did we run them both to Crown Point and Cedar Lake? Do you know on the
We've
address?
sent some to Crown Point, some to Cedar Lake.
We've never had any contact. They've never bothered to answer anything, right?
Correct.
So
And the
how did-
grass and the there's been zero done there since the 2 years this has been going on. The weeds are 5 feet tall and, I mean, it's abandoned.
So where do we go with that if we can't contact the owners and we've taken all the steps that we're supposed to take and we can't make any
The
contact
other
yet?
thing we need to do, it was just a certified to the 7223 address, correct, Michelle?
Yes.
And they said, and you had it was addressed to the Cedar Lake address?
Correct.
So I would just drop that in the mail tomorrow to the Crown Point address, see if they take that.
But that's the actual house though, right?
Mhm.
So there's probably no mail being picked up there unless
And we
it
have a
wouldn't be forwarded
secondary,
after this long. It'd already be done with
we have a
forward.
secondary address from Ms. Walworth as well, that it was sent to.
It
So
was sent to her address. Should we change this, the posting to Crown Point where it shows the address 7223?
Yeah. That's what I feel.
Repost it with the Crown Point also on the building tomorrow?
I hate to ask really a stupid question. Don't we have any sightings of this woman in town? I'm just asking.
We'd
a
have to
stupid
ask.
I hear her name more than I hear anybody else's name in this room.
I wouldn't know that woman from,
I understand. I wouldn't either if she walked up to me, but I hear her name in
Yeah.
every context.
Yeah, but I would know, I would know who she is.
I'll check with the chief tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well, I got her secondary address from the chief.
Okay, so then should we send it to that
It's
address?
already been sent.
Okay,
If the only address we're talking about is sending it to the actual property.
okay. So the one that you have that would be what we consider the current one has been sent to her then?
Yeah, I mean, Michelle would have to confirm that, but that's what we put on the order for demo.
So
To
we
answer your question, Tim, I don't think we need to do that. I just drop one in the envelope to the Crown Point address. You don't need to go back out there showing that it shows Crown Point.
I just making sure, just so there was no. I know the technicalities.
Okay,
might actually meet her.
So send out a new letter with the address of Crown Point.
Correct.
okay, moving on to item 3, 7105 West 128th Avenue.
Todd did an inspection on this and said that this property is not unsafe, does not meet the requirements.
Okay.
Does not warrant a report at this time.
This was one of the whole.
And with that
This
being,
one? Is that the one? It is, Tim?
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, it's maintained, it's kept up, and you can see a little shingle missing, whether it's a full-blown hole or not. But it's definitely a far cry from the last one.
so then we can take this off.
Yeah, just
Should we take it off?
Right. Okay, number 4, 12611 Klein, Sergio Uguiza.
I believe that Ryan is working on.
Yeah, that's one that we ordered the updated title coming in. So once we get that, we'll get the demo order perhaps probably for next month's meeting.
Okay,
Okay, good.
Talking the street is that this property has been sold
Wow.
a conditional sale agreement. Nobody's seen it that I know of, but that's very recent information. Maybe you'll be dealing with somebody new.
Okay.
Okay, new business. 12740 Hilltop, Wade and Dunn Land Trust, 1351.
I sent out a notice to appear on July 24th. Todd also did a report on July 24th. That report and pictures is in your packet, and it is unsafe.
Yeah.
And title's been over on this one too.
Okay, have we decided on this Wade and Dunn Trust, do we have an address on them as far as contact?
That'll all show up in the title report.
Okay. And we'll move it on to the next, we'll leave it on the agenda for next meeting.
Yeah, I think so.
And if I get a different address in the meantime, I can provide it to Michelle if she wants to send out the notice to appear.
Yeah, if we do get an address, I mean, I'd like somebody to show up at some point in time. All right, item number 2, a new business, 13415 Edison, Young.
I sent him a letter, and I believe that he was here.
Come on, step up, sir.
Okay.
Sir, you can step up here to the podium, please. State your name and address, please.
Home address or this address?
Whichever your mailing address is.
Robert Younghale, mailing address is 9876 Three Springs Drive, St. John, Indiana, 46373.
Can you tell us about your property?
So I bought it back in November. It was in pretty bad shape. I hired a contractor to do some work. Ended up starting off really fast, doing a bunch of things, and then pretty much slowed down and got kind of shoddy with his work. Hired some people that were taking forever to do some of the work. I asked him for the permit several times because I didn't see it in the window. He said he got it, don't worry about it. And then recently, he started charging me way more than what we agreed to. So I released him from the project. And that's actually when I found out that Michelle called me and said, you know, Robert, you applied, or your contractor applied for this permit back in November. No one's ever paid for it, picked it up. So I had no idea about that. So recently, I believe yesterday, Robert Everly from Everly Contracting, I have a new bid with him. But as of right now, I know Tim's been there weeks ago, you know, red tagging it for no permit, but it's really not unsafe. I mean, I don't know if you.
A permit has been submitted as of yesterday.
But the building itself is I mean, there's nothing unsafe about it. The roof is new, the siding is new, the house is secure. Mat grass is mowed. I mean,
I mean, I agree. What he's gotten accomplished at this point is taking it off of the unsafe building. And now, I mean, he had obviously some issues with the contractor and he's working through them, but the condition now is definitely, I mean, it's all cleaned up. There's been progress made, so.
And not unsafe.
Correct.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
he's working diligently to get a new guy in there to get it done, so I feel pretty comfortable that it's moving in the right direction. And what was that first contractor's name again?
Kevin Hart with Network Heating and Cooling. And that was a question I had. Like I said, I've been trying to reach you a little bit to find out, like somebody like me that's new at, you know, flipping houses, you know, if that was only my third house, when you run into a bad contractor, how do you get any kind of help from anybody? Like, you know, is there any kind of repercussions like the town would help me out with or anything? Or is it just strictly on me to hire an attorney and figure this out? Just a question to shoot out there. Well, the reason I'm asking is like when somebody like that applies for a permit, never pays for it, and does work that he's really not supposed to do. Like I found out that he was registered as a roofing contractor, not a general contractor, so he misrepresented himself. I had no idea, you know.
I think if you're interested in doing things in town, maybe you can come into the office, ask about a certain person before you hire them if they're licensed here and what they're licensed under would be the protection you might have. But as far as
But
suggesting somebody to do anything like that for you, it's kind of, you have
this
to
guy
do that
turned in a
research.
permit for, some repairs, and then he also turned in for the permit with the electrical person, right? This was remodel permit, or was it just siding and windows and?
I thought it was just siding, windows, and doors, but
Yeah, but then he did drywall, electrical,
Yeah.
So, like I said, that, when I found out about that, I hired him with the understanding he was a general contractor. And then, like I said, then no permit appeared, and Michelle called me and said, you never picked up the permit, or, you never paid for it, never picked it up. I'm like, is all this on me, or is there any kind of, like, would Cedar Lake go after him and say, hey, this is on you?
Chuck, let me make perfectly clear from the legal perspective of the town. We're not in privity with this contractor by this gentleman. We do not have a role or relationship in their dispute, their agreement, their resolution of a dispute or resolution and agreement. The town's involvement here is to issue a permit if proper application is made, proper submissions are included. The contractors have to be registered. There's a $5,000 performance surety that is to Lake County and any governmental entities that are reliant upon it. That's an insurance surety. We have no involvement other than that.
Now, I did reach out to Attorney Fetch, who is who takes care of like the Lake County bonds and
Lake
things like
County, he is the county attorney, Matthew Fetch.
that. However, he told me that the county and the town are two different things.
Correct.
So he said, that would be something that wouldn't be him. Because when I was trying to do my research, I had thought that the bond was for, like, if somebody did like subpar work and things like that, then you can go after their bond because their work was subpar. I guess that's not the case. So I'm not really sure what the bond is for.
Anything that would take place would be of a civil nature that the town wouldn't be involved in. The only thing I would suggest is if you're going to continue to flip houses in town and you're concerned about a contractor that you're going to hire, you can ask if he's licensed here in town. They can't really tell you, they can tell you yes or no, but that would be about the extent of the town's involvement in that. They can't get involved in the civil side of the situation.
No, what happens like on my end now, like this contractor did, some other work and things like that, technically without a permit. Does that fall on him? Does that fall on me?
Well, ultimately, everything's going to fall on you as being the owner of the property. Okay. Tim, Michelle, our building department is very easy to get along with, and there are a lot of circumstances that do come about, situations like this, okay, that they can work with you. Would be the term. They can
Your
work
new
with you.
permit
to
will
figure it out.
entire your entire scope of work of what you're doing, and we'll go through those contractors and make sure that.
Yeah, from this point on.
And unfortunately, a lot of these permits that are coming in for new roof and siding and windows, with a siding contractor or roofing contractor are, we get how many, there's quite a few of them, and a lot of them are cosmetic, and there's a lot of different guys out there doing this work, and I don't have the resources or the time to go to every physical one and see exactly their scope of work. Back in the day, we used to go out and look at these remodel ones and kind of get a feel for what needed to be done, and have a little bit more time to spend on them. But now, with how busy the new stuff is and everything else, it's siding and windows is and again, that's what the permit said, and that you got stopped because somebody called for somebody working on your house without a permit.
Mm-hmm.
right, you never even picked up the permit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
he was doing work, and I did ask him several times because I said, hey, isn't the permit supposed to be displayed in the window before you do any work? He's like, I do this all the time. Don't worry about it. I got the permit. So,
Right.
I didn't push the issue any further, but,
Because that's how I got involved in the stop work, is because somebody reported work going on there without a permit.
sure.
Somebody, a neighbor, or what, I don't know who, but somebody did. So.
I think, Tim, it's not unsafe building, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we could
take it on.
whatever your issues are with your contractor, you can go ahead. We're going to take it off the agenda, and you're good with this commission.
Okay.
So,
We'll try to get with you and get you straightened out to move forward.
Yeah, like I said, the new guy put in, I believe Michelle, he put in, all the stuff that we're gonna do, which now is really just the cosmetic stuff, He's gotta fix the floor, finish the, trim work, cabinets, so pretty much now is just all the final touches. A little bit of fix-up work. But my thing is
We're
like,
gonna need to see what the other guy did without being looked at, unfortunately. So we have to get in there and take a look at what's going on before we move forward.
yeah, and that's the part that
But that'll be part of, until I can get there and look at it, which I will now that you got the permit turned in, we'll get over there and take a look at it prior to moving forward.
and about how long would that take? Like,
It should be in the near future, I would say.
'cause I've got a few vacation days this week,
Okay.
through Monday, so
Okay.
pretty
I'll
much.
get it, we'll get there by the end of the week. I'll get there.
Okay.
Either tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, if you want me to
Just
meet
call
you
me
there,
tomorrow and
Yeah, for
remind me.
sure.
if you want, yeah, I can meet you there anytime. Like I said, I got some available time. I'd love to do that because this project has put me so far behind. At this point, I need to get the permit as soon as possible and get this new guy in there and get this thing out of my hair.
Call Michelle in the morning and tell her it's a good time and give her like a 2-hour window and I'll meet you there.
I'm good for you. You tell me. I can work around your schedule,
We'll
so
call, if you
Yeah,
call
we'll
her
do
in the
that in the
morning and do a
morning.
2-hour
Yep.
window, that'll be my schedule. We'll be in there, so.
sounds great.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Have a
you.
good night. Update item,
See you tomorrow.
9115 West 142nd
Thank you
Avenue.
so much. I appreciate it. Bye.
Todd went out and looked at this one. He said that it is not unsafe, but, code enforcement visit the property.
Okay,
Okay,
I have like a list, like,
so should we take that off?
I think we can take that off, right?
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
It's not unsafe.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad we can get it.
Okay, update item number 2 is 7118 West 131st Place,
Sounds good.
Noel Aralano.
If you remember, this gentleman was present at the last meeting. He was going to get a permit and let me know, what his progress was before the next meeting.
He
The
did.
only permit that's been picked up is a fence permit
They picked up a permit
for a fence.
for a fence.
Well,
So I'm not sure where he is in the
will we
process.
have him come back again in September
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
for his last chance?
Yep.
Okay. All right, any public comment? Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
meeting adjourned.